Having a bigger audience doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have more sales. As Christian entrepreneurs, we get so caught up in what the world says that we need more, 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 and more in order to have sales, in order to have high income months, in order to be successful in businesses. In fact, a lot of you probably don't even hire people like business coaches or gurus unless they have hundreds of thousands of followers. And then when they do, then you see that you've attached their worth to the number of followers or subscribers that they have. I want to tell you something. When I made my first $11,000 a month and I hit that and I was like, yes, I hit 11K. I only had 100, maybe 150 followers max on Instagram. I had built my entire business on Instagram for 6 years before coming over here to YouTube, and I never had a big audience. I've always stayed, I think my audience right now on Instagram is like 1,500, like 1,500 people, and being able to hit six figures even with like less than 1,000 people, it's so awesome. When I hit $11,000 months, after that, that's six figures, right? And so I was making six figures with only 100 followers, and you can too. And that is the premises of our conversation that we are going to have today. Hey friends, if you don't know who I am, my name is Sienna Kopishki and I am a Christian sales coach. I teach Christian entrepreneurs how to grow and scale their businesses to $20,000 months on repeat using my formulated system PMVMS, which stands for prayer, mindset, visibility, marketing, and sales. I teach this inside of my hybrid one-on-one and group coaching program called Consecration Academy. Before we jump into today's video, could you do me a favor? Could you like and subscribe to this channel so this way I can keep bringing you awesome content right here on YouTube? And lastly, if you are a Christian entrepreneur and you are thinking, okay, I wanted to learn how to grow and scale my business, but I actually don't even know all the steps that goes into growing and scaling a business, don't worry, I got you. I created a blueprint called the 10K month blueprint for kingdom entrepreneurs, which teaches you step by step how to reach $10,000 a month consistently. The truth is though, is that you could use this book to actually helping you reach 50, 100, $200,000 months because all the foundations are inside of this book. So go grab your copy. It is free. And I'm going to have a quick commercial coming right up on that ebook. If you have been hustling, praying, and just really working hard at your business, but you are still stuck at super low income months or pretty much no income at all, I see you. It's probably because nobody ever showed you how to build a business that is going to actually glorify Jesus. And that is why I created my checklist to 10K. It is a freebie checklist with instructional steps on how to actually surrender your business to the feet of Jesus and every action step that you need to take strategically in between to growing and scaling your business to $10,000 months. Now, you may be wondering, what's the price of this? It's free. It is something that I created for you to use so you can grow and you can scale your business all for the free. So honey, what are you waiting for? You're not lazy. You just need strategy and someone to walk you step by step on growing and scaling your business. Go grab your guide for free in the description below. Let's get back to today's video. Okay, now that you're back, let's chat all about how to actually grow your business with little followers. Do you remember how in the Bible, Jesus says that the least of these will be the greatest among these and the greatest among these will be the least of these, right? A lot of times we like to look at people with like large numbers and we think they made it, when realistically the person with 100 followers or 200 followers might be the person who actually made it, who actually hacked the code because they're not having to post as much, but yet they're still making more money. And somehow we get distorted with this viewpoint of more means that the more followers you have, the more subscribers you have, the more people that are watching your content is the more success that you're going to have. And that is just totally false. Okay. And I shared earlier my story about how when I hit $11,000 months for the very first time in my business, I only had soaking wet maybe 150 followers on Instagram. That was it. That was it when I made my first 11K. And so I want to share with you how you can start growing your audience too. And it boils down to one thing and one thing only, and that is being consistent in your posting. So step number one is if you're trying to grow an audience where you are letting God just do his part and bring in the right audience members, because we don't want anybody watching our content. We want the right people to watch our content. Then number one, you got to be consistent. God blesses your consistency, right? When you show up and you do your part, that's when he gets to water that tree and it grows into fruit, aka money or success in your business. And so you got to show up and be consistent. A lot of Christian entrepreneurs are not consistent because we have a lot of strongholds. We believe that we're not good enough. We believe we're not capable enough. We believe that we shouldn't be making money. We believe all of these things about ourselves when in reality, Jesus Christ is one who gave you your business idea, and we submit that business idea right back to him. And so we got to show up and we got to be consistent with it. And so when we are consistent, he is going to be able to move. So step number one, again, is to really harp in consistency. If you are going to be posting every single day, like I do, I post 7 days a week. Now, sometimes that doesn't always mean long form content. Sometimes I post posts on YouTube, or sometimes I post a short I have one short on here right now, right? So this is going to look different on how this is done, but we have to create a schedule in which we are consistent and something that we can keep up on. If you want to only post, 3 times a week, then go ahead and post that 3 times a week, but you've got to be consistent in your marketing efforts. Step number 2, my friends, is you got to make sure that when you are creating content, that you are actually creating content for the person and the problem that they have. So for example, right now, a lot of Christian entrepreneurs, which is the audience that I serve, you feel stuck because you probably have been conditioned to thinking that you need more and more and more followers. In this video, I'm trying to break down that stronghold and teach you that you don't need more followers. So the premises here is step number 2 is we got to create content that is actually going to attract our ideal client audience. We got to create content that is going to speak to their desires, speak to their pain points, speak to exactly where they are right now so that they can begin to see you as the expert. And all in all, God's going to bring in your ideal clients, right? He's going to bring in the people who need to see your content. Remember, we don't need millions and billions of people to see your content in order for you to hit 6 figures in your business. You just need the right people to see your content in order for you to hit 6 and even 7 figures in your business. Believe me or don't believe me, try it out for yourself. But I'm telling you right now, when you have the right audience members who are watching your content, you can be unstoppable. And so friends, I just want to leave you with this. Number 3, and this really should have been point number 1, is we need to be prayerful people over our businesses. I talk about this so often, but we have to be praying over the things that we are asking the Lord for, or the things that we're believing that God can do. And if you believe that God can bring you the right business, like the right ideal client avatar to your audience pool, then you need to pray for that and be specific when you do it. Say like, Jesus, I'm just believing for this, and this. I'm believing that this particular person that is struggling with this particular thing, that has this particular desire, is going to find my content. And asking him for his guidance, asking him to provide the rainwater, right? To provide the audience, asking him to overflow in that capacity, and watch. Just watch what God can do. And it doesn't matter our words necessarily on how we pray or anything of that sort. So don't try to write down my words when I say this. Just pray according to your heart, because God doesn't respond to prayers based off of what's being said, but he responds to prayers based off of our heart posture. And so pray, be prayingful, stay prayed up, cover your business in prayer, and watch God supply all of your needs and then some. All right, friends, this was a short video today. Typically, I make videos much longer than this, but I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that it has resonated with you. I pray that this video will kind of change your narrative a little bit, that you don't need more in order to be successful, but that sometimes less is where the true happiness and true success comes from. It's in that less, and just trusting Jesus, trusting his plan, trusting that he is going to lead you and he is going to guide you. I'm going to see you in the next video. Be sure to grab your free 10K checklist. If you have not already, grab it from the description below. And if you're looking for one-on-one or group coaching support, I want to encourage you to apply for Consecration Academy. Consecration Academy is my hybrid one-on-one and group coaching program that is geared to helping you consistently hit $20,000 months, no matter what business you have as a Christian business owner. So I hope that you schedule a discovery call with yours truly, or a member of my team, and that we can speak to you soon. All right, friends, I will see you in the next video.